Tom Ruwitch is a business growth catalyst and content marketing pioneer. In 2001, after 10 years as an award-winning newspaper reporter and editor, Tom founded the email marketing software and services company MarketVault. This was before most business people had even heard of email marketing, much less tried it. Tom sold MarketVault in 2019 and founded Story Power Marketing. Now authors, coaches, and other experts hire Tom to transform their content from prospect repelling to client attracting. In 2021, Tom founded Implementum, a marketing automation technology company. Implementum helps business leaders build client attraction machines so they can profit more while working less. Today, Tom will reveal simple and easy ways to attract leads without paid advertising.
Thank you. Let's see. Looks okay so far. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for inviting me. And today we're going to talk very quickly. I'm going to share with you 5, maybe 6 tips, tactics, strategies to build a following, attract leads without spending money on advertising. And the first one is to turn your turn your website into a list building machine. You need on your website to have a place where people can raise their hand, where people can say, yes, I want your emails. Or you need a place on your website where you can give them resources, what we call lead magnets. Download a PDF, sign up for a video, tell me more. So many websites that I see, there's no place to raise your hand. Or if there is a place to raise your hand, it's buried in the footer or mentioned in passing. Put it above the fold, put that email sign up call to action all over your website where everybody can see it. It's the number one purpose of your website, to build a following, to get people to raise their hand. Second thing, promote your list consistently on social media. My background, as you heard, is in email marketing. This is not an email marketing versus social media thing. However, too many small business people believe that if they build a following on social media, if they get so many followers on Facebook or so many followers on LinkedIn, they're kicking ass. Tain't necessarily so. Okay. The data show that when you put out that call to action to buy, to schedule a consultation, to meet with me, conversion rates with email are significantly higher. I'm not going to give you a number because it varies by industry and there are all sorts of factors. But when you ask somebody to buy and they are on your email list, your email list, you've cultivated the relationship, you're much more likely to succeed than when you put that same call to action out there on social media. Think of social media as a way to build a following and connect with people, but be meticulous and persistent about driving people from social media to those lead magnets and email sign-up opportunities. Have those calls to action at the bottom of the articles and the posts. Promote those things that you're doing, those free trainings, the webinar, whatever it may be. Be strategic about thinking of social media as a way to build your email list, not just as a way to collect followers and think that you've won the game. Third thing, host events. Host events, live or virtual. Professional service providers have been doing this for decades. Lawyers, financial service providers. Oops. Now it's there. Host events. There it is. Professional service providers have been doing it for years. The internet now makes it so easy to do it. Well, I mentioned Implementum, my marketing technology company. I just rolled out as part of Implementum a webinar tool to make it super easy to host live events, to host on-demand events. The more events that you host, the greater the opportunity to draw people in, to build an audience, and you can do it without spending advertising dollars to drive traffic. Work with co-hosts who have a list. I'll invite my people, you invite your people. All of a sudden, you're getting new people into the fold. Use social media to promote. Okay. And ask registrants to refer others. This is a really important tactic. Okay. If you are hosting an event, begin to communicate with the registrants in advance. Not just, hey, a reminder, the event is on this date, here's the Zoom link. Have an email or two, or automate some LinkedIn messaging perhaps that says, hey, so excited about the event, so glad that you've registered. If you know anybody, you can share this link with them. That tactic alone can bump enrollment at events significantly. And what you're doing is drawing people in who don't already know you. Okay. Third thing, get on other people's stages. I'm on somebody else's stage. I didn't invite you here. Steve did. Okay? Get on other people's stages. Pursue speaking opportunities, live and virtual. All of us can do it. All of us who have expertise can do it. People are dying to create the kind of content that I'm talking about. I talked a moment ago about partner with other people. Well, go find that other person who wants to partner with other people and get on their stage. Be a podcast guest. You can join things like Podmatch, or Podmatch is my favorite. It's a paid service, but it's a way for you to reach out to podcast guests and present yourself. Go to people who have podcasts who are talking to your audience and reach out to them. Say, I'd love to be on your podcast. Podcasting as a strategy is valuable not just to create content, in fact, less to create content and more to create connections with people who have stages and relationships and so forth. I run a podcast to meet people who do all of these things that I'm talking about. To meet people who have stages I can be on, to meet people who will introduce me, to joint venture in events, all of those things. Speak at summits. This is it's overdone right now, the online summit thing. But every time I have ever been a speaker at a summit, I've gotten dozens of new people onto my list who are interested in what I have to say and who convert ultimately to clients. Not all of them, but many of them. Appear on live stages, just as I'm doing, local too. A lot of people think with the whole internet thing, live events, chambers of commerce, why bother? Well, chamber meetings are great, especially if you're just beginning to build yourself into this mode. Okay. And then thing number 5, partner with those who have lists. Marketers talk about OPL, other people's lists. Partner with them. List swaps. Okay. This doesn't mean, hey, Nadine, give me your list, I'll give you my list, you can email away. No. Don't do that. But What you can do is say, hey Nadine, I have this new lead magnet, this PDF that I think would be really valuable to your audience. Why don't you promote that in an email or 2 or 3, whatever the case may be. And I'll do the same for your upcoming summit or your upcoming event. Swap with people who have overlapping audiences, especially when there's complementary services, not competitive, although I've done it with competitors as well. Cross-promote things. Participate in group giveaways. There are a variety of different services out there. I'm forgetting the name of the one that I've done most recently, but the model is that they organize a group of experts, all of whom, they build a giant list, they organize a group of experts, and then they send emails out that say, hey, this group of experts is offering these things, these lead magnets. And people come in, raise their hand, sign up for your list. Okay. Thing number 6, do not shortcut the process. Don't go out and buy a list or scrape a list. Purchase lists, especially purchase email lists, rarely work. Sometimes they work. It's a really delicate and tricky game to go and purchase a list and extract meaningful prospects from that list. The tactics that I talked about in the previous slides are the ones that I recommend. And don't go into LinkedIn and use a contact scraper and just start to DM people. Hi, I see that you are a, I forget exactly how my title is set up on LinkedIn, but it's something like content transformation, blah, 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 at Story Power Marketing. It's my job title. Not CEO, not coach, not VP of marketing. And I get these merged direct messages all the time. Hi, I see that you are a content transformation specialist at Story Power Marketing. We love to work with content transformation specialists at Story Power Marketing. No, you don't. You're just scraping the lists, sending me garbage. We're not building a relationship. It's not going to work. We're all getting pounded by the spam, the message spam. Shortcutting the process does not work usually. And then the most important thing, if you're going to write anything down today, write this down. You have to know what you're going to do with the leads. You have to know how you're going to follow up, how you're going to nurture, how you convert sales before you invest a whole bunch of time and effort, and certainly before you invest advertising dollars in this. So critical. So many people I meet who say to me, give me the leads, give me the leads, give me the leads, I need more leads. And yet, they don't have the machinery in place to tell their story, to convert a lead to an engaged prospect to a client. And all of that time and all of that effort doing all of these things that I talked about, or worse yet, pouring money into Google and Facebook and LinkedIn advertising, is being wasted. Because you end up with a pile of leads who are yawning, who don't really understand why you're different, who don't care, and who eventually tune out, move on, tune out, don't care. Such a critical piece. I promote different products and services, my Story Power stuff, my Implementum marketing technology stuff. And I recently, just last week in fact, ran a webinar about how to create a lead magnet that promoted the tool, the marketing automation tools that I sell. And ask people to sign up for a demo. Then after they sign up for a demo, I give them an opportunity to buy with a bunch of bonuses associated. I don't say this to brag, the process, the webinar, the conversion rate, the sales that fell out of the back end, really, really great. Doing things that I talked about to build to that point. Starting in January, I'm going to drive traffic to the same webinar with paid advertising. Because I did this, I proved that that funnel, that process, that engagement channel works. And now I can 5x it, 10x it, because I know it works. So, speaking of lead magnets and gifts and all that good stuff, I have one for you. It's called 9 Secrets to Create Client Attracting Content. And that's the whole point, that, don't begin collecting leads until you know how to really turn them into clients. And if you go to getstorypowermarketing.com/e4e, you can get it for free. Getstorypowermarketing.com/e4e. You can get it for free. And you can contact me anytime. And I reply. I don't dish this off to some virtual assistant. You can email me anytime and I will reply directly to you. So, thank you. Do I have time for questions?
Yes.
Awesome. Well, I'll stand here and answer questions then. Yes, Cynthia.
Tom, I don't have a list. What is is there a tipping point? What are the milestones in terms of the numbers you have on your list? Is it 500, 2,000, 5,000?
Milestones for what?
For really generating business through your list. I was just wondering what your perspective
If
was.
you have a list of 10 people, you might be able to generate business. If you have a list of 20 people, you might be able to generate twice as much business. So my belief is that no list is too small. My belief also, and the reason that I'm sharing this topic, is that the number one, you have to be generating captivating, infotaining, relationship building content on a regular basis, okay? And the return on investment for that will vary depending on what your products or services may be. But with a list that is in the dozens as opposed to the hundreds, you still can drive sales. You still can drive sales if you are producing good content and building relationships. You want to combine that with habitual, relentless lead generation using the kind of tactics that I'm talking about. The thing, the slide, that last slide that I shared about having the machinery in place and understanding how to convert leads to clients is the most critical. But the one that I think is probably as relevant to this audience, small business people, solopreneurs, is the social media one. People spend loads and loads and loads and loads of time building social media followings that they're not really converting. If all you do is think about, all right, great, I now have 1,000, 2,000, whatever followers on fill in the blank, whatever social platform. And you think, my goal for the next 3 months is to figure out ways to get those people onto my email list by sharing lead magnets, by hosting an event, by inviting them to this, by doing that. That could be the most impactful thing that you do for your business this year. Steve Denny. Yeah, thank you.
So first off, I want to tell all of you, you do have a list. Everybody that is a member of e4e has a list of approximately 320 people that have opted in to receive content from you.
Amen.
And we have now started a weekly newsletter for e4e, which is designed for you to use to promote your expertise. So I just want to remind you all that I've been talking about it now for a couple of months. It is there. You all have this available to you.
Yeah.
And it doesn't cost you anything but your time and effort to
Other people's lists. Beautiful. And go ahead, Karen.
What's the process for us to submit things to that? Submit topics.
The process is send me a note and I will connect you with the marketing team that is working on the newsletter, and you will work directly with them and put your information together, and it is already, it is already automated, so, and each of you should be receiving it weekly.
Yes, okay.
And I will make this offer to anyone in the room. If you are inclined to take Steve up on this offer, and for God's sake, take Steve up on this offer. I will give you 20 minutes of my time to help you conceive of and plan out how to do some sort of effective lead magnet and follow up. Because what you want to do is use that space as, offer up some call to action. I have a new ebook. I have a new free report. I have a little webinar, on-demand webinar, all sorts of ways to do it. And I can talk through it with you how to execute that.
And our list grows every week.
And the list grows every week. Email me at that address, and I'll help you figure it out.
Thank you.
Yep. Time is up. I'll be around. You can ask questions later. Thank you all.